Hey guys, it's Anthony with the Rad Company, and if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering what this is and whether or not you need it. So we'll be answering that and more in today's FAQ video. So this contraption right here is what we like to call a grit guard with the washboard attachment. Now, we're not going to talk about the washboard attachment just yet, so we're going to take this thing off like that, and we're going to be talking about the grit guard first. So the grit guard, do you need it? What is it? What does it do? It looks funny. Is there other colors? Yes, there's other colors, but there's more to talk about. So the grit guard was introduced quite a few years ago by this wonderful family called the Lambs. Now, they created this and actually were the inventors of grit guards. That is a patented name and the name of their company. So when you hear a grit guard, you're actually thinking of their company, right? There's been lots of other people that have knocked off the design. There's been lots of other styles of this from other different companies, but this has been tried and true for many, many years. And what this does is it prevents the grit, the debris, all the things that you're pulling off of your vehicle with your wash mitt from washing back up into your wash mitt when you dunk it. So this inside your bucket, you take your mitt, bring it down in, you can scrub it on here, debris falls below this, and you're left with a clean wash mitt. Think of it as like old school clothes washing like you would with a washing board, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. But here's the deal. This comes in multiple colors. They look great. They perform extremely, extremely well. Some people have even gone above and beyond to placing 2 grit guards inside their buckets, and in my opinion, that's a little overkill, but hey, whatever floats your boat. So that's the deal with the bottom portion, but we're going to talk about the top portion now. So this is the washboard attachment. This was actually introduced just a few years ago as an accessory to go onto your grit guard. So what this does, it sticks right onto the top of that, like that, looking like an old school washboard. I mean, it's pretty simple. You take your mitt, bring it in, and you scrub it along this surface, letting loose a lot of that debris and all those dirt particles to fall below the grit guard here at the base of the bucket. And it works really, really well. We find that it fits most buckets and there's no issues. It feels really sturdy and it feels like it can really get some good leverage on scrubbing, because some people don't like the idea of going all the way down into the bucket just to scrub onto the bottom grit guard. They want something that's kind of in the middle that they can scrub on, and that's where the grit guard attachment just works. So now the question is, do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need both of them? So here's the deal. This is a safety net. This is something that you can put in your bucket that will give you some peace of mind if you're doing a 1 bucket wash or even a 2 bucket wash. Most people with their 2 bucket washes will put this into their rinse bucket because they are rinsing off a lot of that extra dirt and debris before they go back into their clean bucket. Sometimes having a grit guard in both buckets makes the most sense depending on how dirty the vehicle is, but sometimes you can get away with just using one in your rinse bucket. Now, if you're using a rinseless wash such as O&R, I always recommend having a grit guard because you don't want those towels sinking to the bottom where a lot of that dirt is being released in that O&R solution. You want something to where those towels or that mitt or whatever type of wash media you're using can be caught onto this before it hits the very, very bottom. And that goes to say with soap, that goes to say with O&R, any other rinseless or any other type of wash product. It's just a very, very good and cheap piece of insurance. These things aren't expensive, and you can definitely put these in every single bucket that you own. Now, as far as the washboard goes, this might look gimmicky to some, but it works. I tell people with soap and water washes, this is one of my favorite things when it comes to using a really rigid wash mitt, such as our Cyclone wash mitt or wash pad. I don't like using this when I'm using towels to wash. So if I'm doing a rinseless wash, I don't want to take a towel and scrub it on this thing. I don't want to do that. It's probably going to hit my knuckles. It's probably not going to feel fun. Don't worry about it. But if you're using soap and water, if you're used to using a very thick wash mitt or a thick wash pad, then this makes sense. You're going to be able to get some really good friction on that and really scrub that thing to get all that loose dirt and debris off and give yourself a much cleaner wash media by the time you pull it up. So I know that's a lot of information. So yes, I recommend them. Do you need them? I think you need them. Whether or not you think you need them, it all depends on how you wash. For some people, they may never even put their wash mitt or wash pad into a bucket. They may just use a hose and wash along like that. And if that's how you do it, so be it. Keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy the process. But for everybody else that likes using wash buckets, these make sense. Do them, pick them up, and you won't regret them. So hopefully that answers your question on grit guards and whether or not you need these things. If you guys like this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more and stay tuned for more videos right here at the Rad Company FAQ channel.